Hi, this is DH Dunn, and I'm here to ask myself a very basic question. Can I lope 10 days as a fisherman? We're going to get back into it. We haven't done any real fishing yet, but we have eaten a lot of fish, so that's kind of the goal. Man, look at all the water. Wait, this might not be the right save. I don't think this is the right save. Or is it? Easy way to tell. No, day 237. No, we did not lope 237 days as a fisherman. Whoopsie. Let's get back into the correct save. There we go. Day 1. Day 1 in 19 hours. Okay, we could eat, but I don't think I'm going to. I was like, wow, why did I have 10 liters of water? That is a lot. How much water do we have? 4. Most of that, I think, is toilet water. So I think we're in the whale factory. And we kind of got to wait until we can see. I don't think there's anything productive we can do. We could make a torch. Would use a cloth. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. I like a good mega torch. And you know, what's better than 1 mega torch? 2 mega torches. We don't have another cloth. So we're not doing that. We don't have the sewing kit, so we can't repair. We don't have... well, we could harvest this. It's not doing anything for us. We're okay with the dress shirt. You know, that way if we're surprised with an invitation to some kind of formal event, we're ready. Now we can make another torch. Probably drop the other dress shoes. I don't really know why I'm carrying them. We can harvest them. Ugh. Do I want to spend an hour in the ash or what the hell? What the hell? Drink again. Sleep 2 hours. So I'm on day 237 on Twitch. The next big milestone for me is 239. That will tie me with the Peach Bee. And once if I live to day 240, that will make me the top hobbit. And I've wanted that top hobbit spot for a while. So, and Koru has an active run right now. The hobbits, by the way, are myself and my 3 friends, Peach Bee, Very Tiny Burb, and Koru and Thistle. We are all mods of Zak's. And it is kind of through Zak that we all met. And they have become just the best friends in my life. I talk to them every day. And it's hard to imagine my life without them. And it's been they're just an absolute gift. But that doesn't mean I don't want to kick their ass. And I've been down looking up at them for a long time in the long dark. And I really want that top spot. And so that they can beat me. And then, you know, we go back and forth. Let's see. They're just wonderful people, too. We're going to pass an hour. And then we're going to drink again. Now we can see. All right, we're going to finish looting the whale factory, which I think... I didn't do everything. I know I didn't. Please don't fall through the floor. It's funny when I want to do it. It's not funny when I don't. We didn't check the save. No. Looks like in the mid-teens. Okay. 16. Somewhere in the high 40s. Or low 40s. 42. 42 is the answer, as we know, to the question of life, the universe, and everything.
I wonder who owns this stuff.
Jeans, maple syrup. Can't eat the maple syrup. And I think I already have better jeans, so useless. Okay, we did find the matches. Yes. And I was going to look for the bedroll. I don't think it's here anymore. I think they have killed the bedroll's ability to spawn in the whale factory. It used to show up back there sometimes. Post safe house customization, it was there. And it was super easy to get to because you could just do this and just move the crate. And now it's not there. So I kind of think they moved it because they feel like, that's too easy to get. And you know what? It is their purview. How challenging they want their game to be. That is their... I don't get to decide that, they do. I could comment on it. That's my purview. But in the end, they're the ones making the calls. They're the big dog. Top cheese. Head honcho. We can go up the pipe. We gotta go up there. That's where I was headed when I fell. Clonk. Clonk. Weirdly, you do not have to crouch to go up this pipe. Cup of coffee. I can have that. Antibiotics. Koru. More sardines. So good. A little reading material. Guns, guns, guns. It's a RoboCop reference. I love guns, guns, guns. Everything Clarence Boddicker says in RoboCop is hilarious to me. And everybody's like, whoa, that's Red from the 70s show. But I always go, whoa, it's Clarence Boddicker and he's on the 70s show. Like, anytime I see that actor, Kurtwood Smith, in anything, I think, oh, it's Clarence Boddicker. He works for Dick Jones. Dick Jones is OCP. I love RoboCop. Somebody thanked me. I'm sorry that I'm not at the moment remembering who it was. Thanked me yesterday for various 80s and 90s references that I have been making. And specifically, I referenced Ghostbusters 2. By the way, rest in peace, Harris Yulin, the actor who played the judge in Ghostbusters 2, better known to me as the guy who played Eamon Maritza on Deep Space Nine. But anyway, they said, hey, do some quotes from Groundhog Day. I've never seen Groundhog Day. It's crazy, I know. I should have seen it. I probably will see it. But I have not seen it. The list of big movies I haven't seen is pretty large. At a certain point, probably when I got kids, I started only kind of seeing popcorn movies.
Wonder if the owner's around.
Like the big movies in the theaters. Not that Groundhog Day wasn't a big movie, because it was. But we were also overseas, I think, when that movie came out. And now, I mean, the last movie I saw in the theater, I'm pretty sure, was Justice League. I don't enjoy the theater experience anymore, and that was pre-COVID. I just don't like watching movies in the movie theater anymore. I prefer to watch them at home. And then at home, the thing with watching a movie is you need a 2-hour block where that's what you're doing. And I don't really have the kind of life where I've got 2 solid hours that often. And if I have it, I'm way more likely to use that playing a game. So, it doesn't happen that often. And Annie and I don't have very similar movie tastes, so it's not like there's often there's a movie we both want to see. Although I did want to see that movie Thelma, and she already watched it. Still gonna see it. Alright. Alright, I think we have tapped you out. Thank you for your service. Amazing, wonderful whale factory. Yeah, we're gonna leave now. I would like to go back to the Riker to get some scrap, because I think there was some scrap there, because I want to make some hooks. This weather song. We'll go over here to this other trailer. I cannot remember the last time the wolves were in this area. And they used to be. That's my memory. And it was quite terrifying. But there's some scrap. After a thorough investigation, and just a reminder, I can only eat fish. So, you know, if you're typing, hey, you didn't get that tomato soup. No, I saw it. Can we... You need a workbench to do the hooks. Okay. I guess we'll just leave. Blech. You know what? Actually, I'm into it. This is a good thing. This makes it easy for me to get to the mine. And the mine's going to lead me to the church. And then we got to do Katie's Corner. And then I want to try to do some beach combing. Uses, man. And you know, apropos of nothing, I just want to take a moment to thank every one of you who shows up here every day. I really appreciate that, or whenever you show up here, you know. But for those of you who make me part of your daily routine, I'm floored and honored and all of that. And just, that's awesome, you know. And just everybody who watches, I really, really appreciate it.
Fingers feel numb. I'm so cold.
You're fine.
Just want to lay down.
Look at how much fuel is in that lantern. Damn. That's crazy. Are you a butterfly? Because we are in crazy town. And another megatorch, or at least, you know, it's straight up megatorch, not even a myth torch. More sardines. Most of them have been very good condition, too. I'm almost ready to maybe not do starvation. I can't help myself. I love coal and nobody else.
Getting weak.
Salt! I gotta remember this for my other run. Okay, so I learned something last night about the meat curing box that I did not know. Because I made it. Not for the first time, but the other time I didn't pay that much attention to what I was doing with it.
I need to drop something.
Hey, nice. With the meat curing box, as I understand it. Oh, I already have mittens. I might want these more, though, because they're lighter, but they're also not warmer, so I don't know. Once you put meat in it and close it, you can't then put more meat in it until that meat finishes curing. So I put like 4 things in it, like 4, you know, venisons in it. And I'm like, okay, and now I'm going to go get more. And then it won't let me put any more in. Now I got to wait the whatever many days it is, 10 days, 5 days for it to cure. So the lesson here is get a lot of meat to put in there before you close it. Maybe I'm misinterpreting how it works. I don't know. Okay, so we have 1,200 calories of sardines on us. I would like to warm up. What can we do while we wait to warm up? We can't repair anything, which is my favorite thing to do. So I guess we're going to read about fire. You can't focus on research when you're this hungry. That's crazy. No one's ever read a book when they were hungry. What are you, insane? Fine. Fine. I don't care. I actually don't care. It's so funny that you would think I would care because I don't.
My hands.
Fine. Fine. I'm not grabbing stuff to make tea because I already have a ton of coffee. Yeah, better get that stick. You don't have enough fuel on you, Mr. 24 Cole. Well. Fire me. That'll work out. There we go. Nice.
Thank goodness for that.
Alright, now we can warm up. Right. Right. There we go. And do what exactly? Make water? Sure. We'll look around in a minute. That's good. Is there like a little first aid thing over here? Maybe it's right outside. Or... Nah, I just don't know. It's all I got now. I am just a simple fisherman after all. I do think it would be neat to see how many different kinds of fish we catch once we can catch fish. Whenever the hell that starts happening. I mean, we've found fish already, but I want to catch fish and then keep track of like, oh, we got this weight of this thing. I did play a pretty fun fishing demo called Cast and Chill, which I think has released. And yeah, I had a good time with it. You might want to check that one out. Okay, fine. Let's make coffee. Freaking more coffee than we know what to do with. There you go. Does raise our cooking skill. If you find a cup of coffee and you reheat it, the first time you do that, I believe that also raises your cooking skill. Let's find out. If I place this cup of coffee, oh no, which is the, oh, I don't know which one it is now. Oh well, never mind. Okay, that's ready. We'll put a few of these out. Wait for this ridiculousness to end. Man, we could just, I don't want to leave. I haven't done Katie's Corner yet. I haven't done Beachcombing yet. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. BP, why are you trying to make me leave? Guys are good.
Get some food soon.
Throw another coal in there. Come on. Thank you. Good heavens. Okay, drink this. Alright, let's go. Come on, Slowpoke. Don't need those bullets. Don't look at that. Those aren't there. That is an illusion. I was watching a video this morning. Oh, I wish I could come up with the name of the person. A long dark video by someone who doesn't make a ton of long dark content. And so it's more kind of an overview video of survival mode. And they told it in a very story way. And it was really interesting. There were pieces of it that were a bit confusing. I was trying to figure out which difficulty mode they were on. It was clearly not Interloper because they were finding hatchets and they had a bedroll in their inventory and stuff. I don't know enough about Stalker to know how much you can find on Stalker. But it seemed like there was a grace period because he didn't run into wolves for the first couple days, which makes me think it was Voyager. I think it was a good video. It was very well done. I was just trying to figure it out, like, because I'm not as familiar with the other difficulty options anymore, especially if they've changed.
Where can I find something to eat?
You know what, Will? If this is a fish, you can eat it. But it's not a fish. It's shoes. You want to eat the shoes? They're probably better than the shoes you have. Careful there, Chief. Maple sapling. You know what we're not finding, though? Any pelagic options. Whoop. Nope. That's firewood. Man, what's with all the firewood and other types of wood, unclaimed wood? A can? Where was that during Clean Slate? Holy cow. Desperately needed that can. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. Is there salt over here? No. Okay, I've decided I want to go back to the Riker. Because we're pretty close. Unless there's a moose in the way. And, is our other coffee still warm? Yeah, let's drink it. Maybe I want to keep beachcombing, though. Nope. Nope. That's cloth. That is leather. That is sardines. Where? We can eat them. Careful. Careful there. My instinct used to be, whenever the ice would start to crack, my instinct would be to run forward, which was really stupid. I've learned to back up. It's like, I'll outrun the crack. You're not gonna outrun the crack. It's so warm right now. This is great. DP, man. I used to proclaim DP to be my favorite map. It is not my favorite map anymore. I think my favorite map now is Ash Canyon, but like sentimentally, it's my favorite map. It's by the ocean. It's got the lighthouse. It It's got the beautiful wave sounds. It's big enough to be interesting, but small enough to get under control. Like, when I say under control, I mean, like, you could come here and probably kill everything. And just own it. And then just kill things as they respawn. Whereas something like, you know, Pleasant Valley, I feel like is too big. You could never get Pleasant Valley completely under control. I couldn't. I could not. Other people could. There's some salt over there. Alright, that's the extent of the beach combing. I don't know that I need any feathers, thank you. But yeah, the hobbits and I met. That feather comment made me think of something Zach used to make fun of me for, so that's why. There's the moose. There he is. The hobbits and I met because we were all participants in a challenge Zach did a couple years ago where he wanted a group of interloper players and a group of Voyager players to start at the exact same spawn, and then he wanted to track how the 10 interloper players did and how the 10 Voyager players did and what differences did they do. He wrote some kind of paper or something on it. And I was one of the Voyager players, and so was Peach Bee and Koru and Very Tiny Burb. And we were all kind of aware of each other. You know, as part of Long Dark Streamers, we were all streaming at that time. But the challenge made us solidify
I'm not sure I can carry
as
much more.
friends. And we started calling ourselves the Hobbits. And it stuck. And like I said, I cannot imagine a 24-hour period of my life without interacting with them now. Oh, good, Mark Cole. That's what I want right there. I don't think there's a workbench here, is there? I don't really know. I'm not taking more coal. I got the scrap. That's what I came for. We're still warm. Let's go get to the corner. You spend too much of your time goofing around, Dunn. Speaking of, don't forget you saw the moose. I don't really think there's going to be anything in Matt's truck that I need. There he is. He's doing his moose things. We're doing our human things. Oh. They sound like cows.
Too heavy.
Alright, we'll just, I don't think we need to go back to the lighthouse either. Nah, I don't see a reason for it. At the time all four of us were streaming, Peach Bee still occasionally streams. Very Tiny Burb does not stream anymore. Koru streams multiple times a week. Koru and I also have, you know, upload schedules on YouTube. We both upload. I upload daily. She uploads a couple times a week. But you know, it's all what does your life give you the flexibility to fit, for one. And I know that's 100% why B doesn't get to do as much streaming and YouTubing as she'd like to. She's just busy. She's mom, and she's got a full-time job that she has to drive to. And Koru is able to work from home occasionally, and I think that helps her. And, you know, my kids are grown, and I work out of my house, so I have, like, crazy flexibility. I'm so fortunate. So very, very fortunate. I absolutely appreciate how lucky I am. Now, I see those footprints right here, but they are mine, which is weird, because I haven't been over here in at least 24 hours, and there was a blizzard. You would think the blizzard would wipe out the footprints, but they did not. That's interesting. I'm not 100% that I'm going the right way here. I often skip this. So, I think if I just get up here, all right, there we go. And I see that snow. The cold is a-coming. What's going to be up here? I don't know. There's a guaranteed can up here, I believe. Birch sapling, don't care. There's the can, which I don't need. Backpack. Book. Chips I can't eat. That's it. Thank you very much. Where are the wolfies at? Oh well. Look, I'm not gonna ask you guys to bite me. If you're not into it, that's fine. I'll just be on my way. Thanks for nothing. All right, we will head back to Crumbling. We'll finally let William eat, I believe. What time of day is it? Yeah, we're getting there. Can you navigate that incredible obstacle of that tree that's 1 inch above the ground? Thank you. I had someone that I rated on Twitch recently. And they're like, oh, The Long Dark. I've looked at The Long Dark. That game looks great, but I can't play it because I have a rule. I won't play a game if they won't let me jump. And I've just thought about how much jumping would break the Long Dark. It is not designed for your character to be able to jump. Being able to jump would probably solve and cause a lot of problems. I'm curious whether that will be there in Long Dark 2. I'm curious what kind of mechanics will be in Long Dark 2, and whether they're going to take the approach that a few other developers have taken recently, where a sequel to a well-liked game with a big development period between the two, or a big gap between the two. And I'm thinking specifically Darkest Dungeon and Darkest Dungeon 2, Frostpunk and Frostpunk 2, and Civilization 6 and Civilization 7. In all three of those cases,
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
rather than slap a new coat of paint on the old game, they basically took the old game's concepts and made a different game with it. And in all three of those cases, I would say the communities, to some extent, did not want that. My general perception of the Frostpunk community is they like Frostpunk 1 more than Frostpunk 2. There are a lot of people who like Darkest Dungeon 2, but it is definitely not as popular as Darkest Dungeon 1. And Civilization 7 has not landed well with the community in terms of the differences and changes that they've made there. So I'm thinking about that in relation to Long Dark 2. And, you know, at this point, the Long Dark community is a lot of little communities that all play the same game but play it in different ways. And I don't know if there's a way to make all of us happy. I'm not sure that that's what they should focus on. I think they should make the game they want to make. I always feel that, you know. I respect, you know, Red Hook, the Darkest Dungeon people, for saying we don't want to make Darkest Dungeon again. We want to make a different game. Okay. You make that choice and I respect that choice. But there are potential consequences to it. And I'm very intrigued. Just the idea of there being, you know, co-op and NPCs and stuff suggests that it's going to be a very different experience. Personally, I'm fine with that. I don't need more, like, I don't need the Long Dark but prettier or whatever. Like, I don't need another one. I'm always happy to get something different. I have this. It's not going anywhere. And I bought Civilization 7, and, you know, I put about 30 hours into it. And so far, I haven't played much more because it doesn't make me want... I don't find myself wanting to play more. And, you know, I'll check in on it after various updates and see how I feel. And, you know, that's... Darkest Dungeon 2, loved it. Love Darkest Dungeon 2. I think I like it as much as I like Darkest Dungeon 1. I think I probably have about the equal amount of playtime in both. But it's a different game. Frostpunk, I was never a huge Frostpunk player, so I can't speak to that one. But controlling hype and controlling expectations is a big part of how your game lands. And the bigger the gap between announcement and delivery, I think the harder that is to manage. And I think that's going to be a big priority for Hinterland, is being able to manage expectations around Long Dark 2. All right, we are going to pull into the basement here. We can't sleep here, though, unfortunately. And I kind of wanted to. Kind of forgot that. I always forget you can't sleep here. This feels like someplace that should have a bed, and whenever I have a bedroll, then I do sleep here. We're not particularly cold. So I guess we're going to keep going. Hope the weather lets us. I wanted to hang out in Crumbling. Hard to do if you can't sleep, though. I do know from experience this walk down the street in Coastal to the gas station is longer than you think. I do think that how episode 5 plays out will play a lot into the reception for Long Dark 2 when it comes out. And it's going to come out in early access. So, you know, they have the flexibility to, you know, make changes and make adjustments. And it'll probably be in early access for a long time. And you know what? I'll jump in. They've earned that. You know, I paid $20, I think, for Long Dark when I got it. I also have it on Xbox. I bought the DLC. So I don't know. I'm probably all in, maybe $50-$60, you know, into Hinterland. I've definitely gotten $60 worth of value. Way more, way more than that. So yeah, I'll support them on Long Dark 2. That's just my choice. No one is obligated to do that. Maybe I'll like it. Maybe I won't. I want to like it. So there's that. I will definitely go into it wanting to like it. Which is pretty much how I always am. Like, when I watch game content on YouTube, which I do a lot, I don't want to say I only watch positive videos. That's not true. Because I watch reviews and stuff. But if there's a video that's like, this thing in Dark Souls, 10 Dark Souls moments to enrage you. Like, I say don't recommend. I'm not looking for videos to make me angry. If I want to be angry, there's plenty of stuff I can go get angry about. I don't need a Dark Soul video for that. So, I'm not looking for, you know, I don't go looking for negative energy on stuff. I want to like it, but, you know, we'll see. I'll be honest about it.
I need to drop something.
No, you don't. I just can't imagine doing this without Will and Astrid. Like, that's... Because I think there's a character creator. I think. And, because if you're going to be doing multiplayer, I don't know, it could be like Dead by Daylight, where there's like a group of people you can choose from. Do you want to be this guy, this guy? But I've been talking to Will and Astrid for years now. It would be so strange. And I've always liked that little bit of disconnect. That I'm not controlling me. I'm controlling Will. I'm controlling Astrid. I've always liked that. If I do a character creator, then I'm basically controlling me. And that'll just feel different. Not bad, just different. One thing I do know, when Episode 5 releases, when Long Dark 2 releases, Long Dark 1 will not be deleted from my hard drive. It will always be available to me. The game that I love will always, and I quotation fingers always, because who knows, but I expect to be able to play the Long Dark for a long, long time. I can still play Civ 4, Civ 5, Civ 6. They're all available to me. I can play Darkest Dungeon 1. They didn't go away. I am kind of amazed at how unharassed we have been today. We saw a moose. I've seen one or two wolves in the distance. That's it, though. I'm gonna try sprinting a bit just to speed this up. Now, will that streak of being unharassed end here? It certainly could. Well, you're finally going to get to eat. Or you're about to be eaten. One or the other. I don't see any footprints. That's good. Alright, we made it.
Too heavy.
Hi, honey. We're home. Okay, let's head back in here. You know, I hate having to walk all the way back here. Go to sleep. Put this more convenient. There we go. That's better. All right. We'll extinguish that. We'll drink. We will consume some fish. Lowest condition first. We should be able to sleep 7. Can we sleep 7 with this? Yes. So we're going to sleep 7. We're going to take this save. Should be into the day 2. I don't think we're on day 3. Let's see. Day 2. Okay. So we're coming along. We're back in Coastal, and I think this is probably, you know, our primary residence. We got another day or 2 to wait before the guts cure, but we can make our hooks now. We can hit the other fishing huts to see if there's any fishing gear that's already in them. And we can do some beach combing. And I think there's 1 or 2 spots here that we haven't hit yet. Yes, there's definitely is. There's a fire tower. There's a couple trailers. So that is going to do it for this one. I hope you're enjoying the series. If you are, and you can do the YouTube things, like, comment, subscribe. Those do all really help me. I'll be back tomorrow with more adventures in the long dark. Until then, stay safe, take care of each other, and I'll see you next time.